working on a mining farm. That's what we're doing today. We are fixing things. We are changing things. We are expanding things. We are cleaning things. So hey, I'm Vosker on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. You're right here on the VoskCoin mining farm. We mine Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The main place I'm going to be working today is just going to be inside the Immersion mining shed where we do liquid cooled mining. We have an S21 that imploded during a power outage. I am grabbing my S19 XP that's been sitting in a box, and I'm finally going to send that in to maybe get warrantied, or they might just try to send me a bill. I don't know. I'll explain more about that later. Both of those are Bitcoin miners, the S21's latest generation. Speaking of mining, I may be building my own mining farm, but if you don't feel like doing that, check out Revolution Mining, where you can buy miners with them and they will run them for you. Link out in the video description below. And thanks to them for making today's video possible. My S19 that runs on an Epic control board, it just doesn't work anymore. I hate that control board, and I absolutely believe that the problems I'm facing with that miner are entirely based around that control board swap, which was supposed to be an upgrade and turns out to be, unfortunately, a downgrade. I will also be hanging a whiteboard. Huge shout out to BitDog. He's got such a cool farm going, and he honors me, credits me with some of that. But you know, he's doing it so nice, so clean. Oh, beyond how tidy I keep my farm. And I think I saw in his picture that he had a whiteboard in there, and I was like, God, it's genius. It's like, I need to think about this more like, you know, how would I run like a little mini garage shop kind of thing. Whiteboard's great, little to-do list, little more accountability, not forget about one little off thing, because before you know it, you got a huge laundry list, right? It's like, okay, I need to, you know, cut these exhaust fans in. I need to install filter holders. Maybe I need to clean things. I need to service a Bitcoin miner. Whatever you need to do, there's so many different tasks that are just always needed. Today we're going to focus on just earning passive income, right? It's easy. Plug in the power, plug in the Ethernet, and you're earning. In a small scale, it's absolutely true. As you grow and scale, there's, to be honest, a lot more to do, and that's fine. And today, very thankful that I've got my two interns, Katie and Derek, aka Dario, aka Plug and Play Mining. Priorities when it comes to a mining farm are simply get your shit running, right? Get the miners online ASAP. It's best if you do this in a clean, cohesive manner, right? And then you start earning passive income. Sweet. Long term, things break, things need maintenance, things need troubleshooting. You gotta dig deeper, both into the hardware and software, and also just within yourself. So S21 being down is the #1 priority. Like, that's a profitable miner. And this is prime time to be Bitcoin mining. We are in a Bitcoin bull run. We are looking super bullish for the next year, and prices may very well pull back some beyond that. Pulling the S21 out, using an entire can of WD-40 contact cleaner. That's my go-to easy, cheap immersion fluid cleaner. I just get it off Amazon. It's like $8 a can or something. But that means it does effectively cost me nearly like $10 to clean an immersion miner, because I don't disassemble these when I'm just in a rush, and I just nuke it with the can and move on. Looking at the discoloration in particular on the S21 makes me think that this power supply is shorted out and, you know, basically had a little implosion. I would probably be best suited to just swap the power supply here and see, but since that miner is so new and my S21s are such freaking garbage, that I'm just gonna send it to Bitmain and see what happens there, and go from there. The downside is, without swapping a power supply, if that would fix it and get it online, I'm pretty sure I have it on Brain's firmware. So they're gonna boot it up and see aftermarket firmware if they do fix it, and that's not good. We've located the S21 warranty box. Hello. But either way, that's prepped, and that's going to be going to the Bitmain Delaware warranty location. Never send your gear to the Georgia warranty location. They've completely rugged me on my Antminer X5. They were the only warranty location that on the warranty page would accept those. But the Delaware warranty location has been a very good experience for me, surprisingly, with my Bitmain miners that have needed heavy warranty support over the last year. In particular, the S21, again, series has just been absolute garbage. So moved over my S19K from the BitPod. The fluid was low for whatever reason, and I don't mean just because I removed a miner. I dumped a bunch of fluid into the BitPod to get that fluid level up. I am successfully running one S19K Pro in there, and I'm just gonna leave that like that for now. And then I have the other S19K Pro that was in there, now deployed in the Foghashing C6. This is a 125 amp circuit. This thing can handle huge capacity from the electrical side. I worry about the cooling capabilities if this is really maxed out here in Virginia summer, but I'm not even close to that. I'm pulling about 75 amps with that online now, or about 18,000 watts of electricity. Voltage looks really good for my other service, because if you didn't follow the install video for this, I pulled a circuit from the hard drive mining shed of DIY Data Center, which is a different 400 amp service than everything else in the Immersion Shed runs off of. To give you a quick comparison, due to the heavy draw and just that service, I've got 234 voltage, which is pretty low for single phase here, and I've got 241 voltage from that other service. I absolutely nerd out and love that it keeps cumulative kilowatt hours here, and I'm curious to see how high that can go, hopefully like infinity. I've used 81,000 kilowatt hours in this tank already. The Drock meters, which we use with the meter boxes, and we have our own kit and stuff like that. We collaborated with them, that was cool and fun. But it gives us a nice double sample. They read basically the same, but these maxed out at 65536 kilowatt hours, which you can take note, that one, this one, this one. A lot of little maintenance items can quickly just fall by the wayside or get pushed off. I have been slacking to put filters on the vents I cut in many months ago with the dream team, my boys, Dennis and Colby of BMA. It's been so cool to connect with some local mining farm operators, super cool guys, and just, thankful for that relationship. And I would really encourage you to try to link up with some local mining operators if possible. In particular, I am very encouraged to just host a small scale miner meetup. People in Virginia, DMV, East Coast, or just period. You can of course always attend, but geographically, the closer you are, it makes it easier for all that.
Want to learn more about crypto mining and network with some of the biggest names in the space? Check out Mining Disrupt, the world's largest Bitcoin mining expo. It's taking place this year from March 25th to 27th in Florida. We're a media partner with them, and our subscribers can get 20% off tickets now using code VoskCoin.
So these are T-nuts, which are new to me. And then I got some bolts. I'm telling you and the camera at the same time. And I was just trying to I'm not super knowledgeable on nuts and bolts. And basically I was looking for a way to secure those filters, because I put wood in there and it was kind of a pain. It was a lot more effort than it should be. So then I found these T-nuts, and the way they work is you drill out a hole, right, and then this goes into it, and you can just hammer it in, or you can put it in like the backside, and then you just ratchet it and it'll pull it in because it has these teeth.
Yeah.
And then to change the filters, I can just this will just be on there, and then I'll just screw it in more, and I should be able to get the filter out. And if that doesn't work, I'll just unscrew it and it'll be completely out of the way. But yeah, got the filters in. Finally! Dude, stop talking so loud. Sorry. Sometimes Smart TV stick is not working. 59F, 23%-ish humidity, decibel without me talking. 62 dBA. Didn't adjust for daylight savings time, or so it's like an hour off. These little T-nuts and the bolts, pretty cool, simple solution. I really like it. I think it's gonna be good to go for me. Now that I have multiple intake vents cut in, I have multiple exhaust vents or exhaust fans cut in. This AC Infinity fan has been phenomenal. Again, I'll link out all this stuff I'm talking about. They are affiliate links, so you do support the channel, and it means everything when you take the time to use and click our links. But I'm also just trying to make this easy for you. This is stuff that I've tested out here. I put it through the ringer, it works well. These fans are freaking awesome and super low power. I mean, we're talking like 50 watts. So cool. And I run it on max speed all the time. And you can set them to temperature thermostats to kick on when they need to. And I don't need to do it right now because it's winter, but what I'm gonna do is set these up to basically be auxiliary fans, where when this one fan is not keeping up and not keeping it, say, like under 100 degrees in here, then those will kick on and provide additional support here in the VoskCoin Immersion Mining Shed. That's an Altair mining PDU. I've got those throughout the mining farm. They're freaking awesome. You used to get them for $100 shipped. Actually less than that with our coupon code VoskCoin with Altair. They've gone up in price, but they're still best in class value and performance, especially for 30 amp circuits. I would love to see some more single phase PDUs more widely available, like this Foghashing unit. It's very nice, clean, tidy. I mean, it's just premium. I can remotely control the outlets and power cycle. I love these, but they're much more expensive to run. And you really like soak up huge electric circuits with these. So only get 6 outlets. They should absolutely have more outlets on them. I don't know why they only did 6. It should be 8 or more. Even if you're not using them all, it's great to have the capabilities. We also had some overdue items to take care of on our digital shovel M300. So our model was painted. They are powder coating these now. So this wouldn't even apply to one if you were to buy it today. But the shovel's been nicked over the last 2 years, whether that was through shipping or things hitting it around the farm or whatever else. So I'm just putting a rust converter and preventative onto this so that it does not rust, so that it remains a useful unit for many years to come. Some people change their air filters too often. Some people, not often enough. Honestly, it was pretty hard to want to buy and change filters on the digital shovel mining pod here in the bear market, because my mining operation wasn't making that much money. But thankfully mining profitability has picked up exponentially, and Digital Shovel also provides a filter replacement program now, making it so quick and easy to just periodically get these. And it's important because when these filters become clogged up, the airflow decreases, right? Then they're also saturated and it starts to get dirtier inside because the filters aren't doing their job, what they're supposed to do. Then the miners start working harder and they end up running hotter, and then you end up with efficiency loss. And before you know it, the money that you could have spent on filters, you'll just be spending on additional electricity and reduced mining profitability. My Digital Shovel has a painted floor, and we also tracked a bunch of mud into it over the last 2 years. So I am just doing the quick and easy function of drilling these holes out because it's very hard to clean inside of the hole with a toothpick, whatever else. So the quickest and easiest thing to do is just take a small drill bit, zip, 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 and make sure that we have just some drainage capabilities in there, whether I'm tracking water in with my feet or a little bit of water gets into that container. Water has never gotten onto the miners or even close to them, but you definitely want drainage holes in a structure like this with this amount of airflow in case water does get in there, so that it can't saturate your bottom row of mining rigs. Now they're powder coating their floors, and their drainage system is a bit improved over my earlier model from 2 years ago. And we have the Digital Shovel Nanopod on the horizon. We are supposed to get that this month. We'll see. TBD. I'm very excited. I've already ran the circuit, everything I need, right, to just splice into the PDUs that the unit comes with, and then I will have additional mining capacity. 12 miners minimum, up to 27 miners with additional electrical capacity, and very easy to use on single phase, but it can also of course be deployed in a 3-phase mining farm. At that point, you'd be looking at the minipod, which can deploy 88 S19s instead of 27 S19s. The other one is, of course, smaller. We took out the S19, swapped the control board, and very disappointingly found out that it was very easy to diagnose after switching to Brains. Their firmware makes it a lot easier to diagnose problems than the stock Bitmain firmware, but basically bad hashboard 2, and due to the NOPIC control board, it can't just simply disable hashboard 2 and keep rolling. So I need to take it back out, unplug that hashboard, or even just take it out and go from there. The cost it would be to repair it if I don't DIY the repair makes it just not even worthwhile. I mean, that's a miner that costs me like $5-6 a day to operate, and mine's, you know, like $5, $6, $7 a day in Bitcoin. So the point that even on efficient settings, it's hardly even worth running here in the farm. So I was pretty hopeful that miner was going to come back online and add to my Bitcoin hash rate. That's not going to be the case. I was pretty pissed about the Epic control board, but I guess that I just did not decipher either, you know, the intel from it is bad, not helpful, or, you know, or it's my fault that basically hashboard 2 was bad, and that's why it's not working anymore, because it did used to work. Did I damage the board by underclocking it with that control board? Was this bound to happen? No, regardless. I don't know. I'm not here to, you know, cast a bunch of blame or whatever. But the bottom line is, it sucks, it's annoying. And I may just take that out and TBD what I'll do with it. Maybe turn it into a bunch of bit axes. And maybe I'll take my S19K out of the Pro, out of the one that's now left in the Bitpod, take that out and put it in the Bixbit, because I can underclock that and get efficient Bitcoin mining settings. And then I could just turn this off, because this is a pretty power hungry device between the dry cooler and the pumps. Getting some amperage back, I could deploy essentially more miners in here depending how I do all of the setups. I'm gonna send the S19 XP in for service. We'll see what happens with that. It would be great to get that miner back and functional and not have to pay anything. I don't think that will be the case, but hey, you know, sometimes you gotta be a dreamer, right? We vacuumed, we wiped things down in here, cleaned some things up, you know, organization-wise, some. So that's really cool. Things get dirty slowly, potentially, right? But, you know, really add up, and it just kind of sucks, just kind of gross. So it's awesome to get a big handle on that out here in the Immersion Shed. It's nice to be in a clean environment, a tidy environment, wiping stuff down, and now with finally putting the filters in, things should say so much cleaner in here with these Amazon Basics filter system. So that's cool and exciting. So at this point, I'm thinking, what else can I jam in here, and what do I want to jam in here? So hey, subscribe to the VoskCoin YouTube channel if you want to see what craziness I do out here. I'm working on pulling additional electric capacity from my energy provider, but beyond that, I have some ways to kind of finagle my power around that I already have and basically get more gear deployed. And one of the easiest and quickest and most effective ways to deploy more gear would basically be to run some more circuits into here, some more immersion tanks, and keep hashing. So, hey, I appreciate you if you tuned in and enjoyed this video. My name is Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. This is Tails, our CTO. You can ask Grok what that means. As always, I appreciate you. We're chasing 1 million subscribers. That's so crazy to say. And to everyone that does subscribe and consistently tune in, thank you so much. You help keep this content creation dream alive. And you know, I'm gonna keep plugging away, trying to make the best videos that me and I'm very, you know, proud of the VoskCoin team. It's not just me, and keep trying to build the best mining farm I can at the same time. So, goodbye.